I know we always talk about scholarship, but many times it's important for you to know how much you need so that you can now decide, okay, how much do I have? How much extra do I need to get for me to cover the total amount of money that I need? So this on this weekend, my brother called me and he had told me that he was speaking to one of my cousins who is interested in, like, he wants to relocate abroad. And after looking at his profile, the only way for him to relocate by at this time is for him to go via the study pathway. So now we started talking about the financial implication, because of course, you know, when you hear people here study, the next thing they want to hear is money, and that's valid because it costs money to study abroad, right? There are different ways to cover that cost, but the first thing, it costs money to study abroad, and that's valid. So when I decided talking about the money, so my brother now asked my cousin, like, so how much do you have so far? And my cousin said, like, he doesn't know. I don't know how much I have. I know I have some money, but I cannot tell you how much I have. I have X amount in cash, but I have more than that. So my brother asked him, how much do you need? How much do you need to study abroad? He's like, I don't know how much I need to study abroad. So after he told me this, and I could see the gaps. I'm like, maybe this is not the only person that has this challenge, right? I could see the gap, not knowing how much he needs and how much he has. Checking himself, how much do you have? I know we always talk about scholarship, but many times it's important for you to know how much you need so that you can now decide, okay, how much do I have? How much extra do I need to get for me to cover the total amount of money that I need? So now let us talk about how much you need. How much you need, we've talked about this over and over again. That's when you're calculating how much money you need for proof of funds. I'll use Canada as an example because I've talked about this over and over again. So in Canada, you need your proof of your proof of funds needs to cover your tuition for 1 year. Even if your course is for 2 years, you are showing all of this for only 1 year. Your tuition for 1 year plus your living expense for 1 year, which is $10,000 according to what IRCC has calculated. So it's a straight figure, $10,000. Then plus your travel cost. So let's say travel plus flight ticket and what? Let's say $2,000. So that's what you need to add together. So how much you need is pretty straightforward. You can calculate it. Then how much do you have as an individual? So some people may look at them and say, like me, for example, when I wanted to relocate at that time, how much I had was the amount of money I had in my bank account at that time, and that was like 1.2 million. That was I had at that time in 2017. But was that all I had? No, I had more than that. An example is when you are thinking about how much you have includes your liquid cash. Liquid cash is the money that you have inside the bank. As at today, it's called liquid cash. Plus, how much you have also includes other investments that you have that you can easily liquidate. An example, you have shares that you can. I'm not saying you should go and sell. Listen, this license, I'm not saying you should go and begin to sell your property. You know, it's just to give you an idea of the amount of money that you have. Don't go and start selling off your stuff. So, an example with people that have stocks. Let's say you have stocks. You can easily sell that to quickly liquidate it into cash. So you can go there and calculate it. Okay, this is how much I have in stock. Some of you have cars. Like for me at that time, I had a car. I didn't even calculate it, but I know that after I got my visa, before I traveled, I sold my car and I got the cash and I added it to the amount of money. So you can value it. Okay, how much is your car? Maybe your car is 2 million naira. You value it. That adds to the amount of money that because when you are relocating, you don't need your car back home, right? So how much do you have? Do you have landed property that you can easily sell, quickly sell to get the money? So you need to value how much you have that you can easily liquidate. So even if it's a property investment that you can quickly turn into liquid cash. So calculate all of that amount. Some of you can even collect your pensions. I think if you stop working, you are entitled to, you can withdraw 60% of your pension. So calculate all of the money that you can get. Then you see that will give you how much you have. So how much you have is money that you have today, and the money that you can easily turn into cash. So other investments or whatever it is that you can quickly turn into cash, that makes money that you have. So how much you have. So if you are married, you are checking it between yourself and your spouse. How much can you people pull together as a family. Okay, somebody said the pension is 25%, so maybe I was wrong. So whatever it is, and again, we're talking to people from different countries as well. Go and check in your country and your pension provider to see, if you stop working, how many percent of your pension you can withdraw. Okay, so now that's satisfied how much money you have. Now you know how much money you need. So we first of all started with how much money we need. That's where we talked about your tuition, your living expense, plus your travel cost. Then we now talked about how much money you as an individual has. And that money covers, that is the cash that you have today in the bank, plus any other investment or properties that you can quickly turn into cash. That's how much money you have. Then you can now calculate the difference between the amount of money that you need versus the amount of money that you have. Some people, they have more than the amount of money that they have on their own is more than they need to relocate. If this is your situation and you feel like, you know what, I don't want to go through the whole process of scholarship, just go and pay your money and go sharp. In 1 year or even less, 8 months, you have relocated. Just pay your money and go. If now what you have is less than what, so this is what you need, what you have is less than what you need, then you have to make up for this difference. Then you now need to look for other funding opportunities. This is where you need to look for scholarships, look for loans, look for sponsor to cover the difference. Then if you don't have anything at all, to people that don't have anything at all, by no fault of theirs, because really, if you don't have anything at all and you're listening to me, I don't want you to feel bad in any way, because sincerely, studying abroad is expensive. Some people even struggle to pay their tuition for them to study in their home country, which is cheaper. Studying abroad is expensive. So if you don't have anything at all, don't feel bad and don't begin to say that, you know what, studying abroad is not for me. No, don't feel bad. Just focus your energy. The energy you have used to feel bad. The energy you have to feel bad. Focus it on looking for opportunities. This is where we now talk about looking for scholarship opportunities. I hosted Hakeem last week, who secures full funding. The funding Hakeem secured, it covers everything for him. He didn't have to pay this. The scholarship covered application fee to the school, covers his flight cost, covers his visa application fee. They even got a lawyer for them to apply for visa for them. Like the scholarship, tuition, living expense, accommodation, it covers everything. Hakeem does not have to pay 1 cent to do anything. 1 cent. So what this means is that there are scholarships that are available. So if you fall into the category of you don't have anything at all, go and look for these opportunities for yourself. That's where you should focus your energy. Don't use it to feel bad. Instead, use your energy to look for opportunities for yourself so that you can secure one. And I tell people that there are opportunities for everybody, regardless of anything that you think is holding you back. There are opportunities. You just need to learn how to find the right opportunities, and then you go and apply for scholarship. Problem solved. So, but first of all, start by calculating how much money you need. So if you're coming to Canada, the money that you need as proof of funds, you are showing for 1 year, not for the 2 years. Even if you are doing 2 years course, 3 years course, 4 years course, Canada Immigration has said that show us that you have money for 1 year. That's what you are showing. So calculate it. I said it before. Tuition for 1 year, living expense for 1 year. In the case of Canada, they said have $10,000. They've helped you to calculate it. Flat rate of $10,000 for the applicant. Then your travel cost, just add that so that you can have some extra. Use that. Then again, and I said check how much you have today. How much you have in your bank account plus money that you can easily liquidate. These include things like stock, you have property that you can sell, you have a car. Again, I'm saying it now. Don't go and start selling your property before you do visa application. No. Especially people that are living in their primary residence. Maybe the house that you are living in is what you go and sell and you don't have another place to go and stay. And some people that will say, you know what, I don't want to pay house rent. They have given their landlord notice that they are leaving the house and then their visa did not get approved. So don't put yourself in that kind of situation. Now, when I said property, when I'm talking about property and investment that you can easily liquidate, I said go and get the value. Value, it means that you know the amount. Like if I sell this thing, how much will it give me? Okay, to give me 2 million. I did not say you should go and sell it today. But just know that, okay, this is the value of this thing, of this my property. And together, when I add everything together, I have 5 million naira. Know how much you have. Then it can now help you to plan and for you to begin to drop your budget. And even if, when you now know how much you need versus how much you have, then you can now start planning. Some people may have to save, right? Some people may have to devise a plan to say, okay, I'm going to save. Some people may have to work extra. Because I hear a lot of stories from people, even people telling me they want to relocate abroad. Some people tell me that, I don't even, you send them videos. Sometimes I send them my YouTube video. I have a lot of YouTube videos that answers a lot of questions. So sometimes people come to me asking me the same question. I just send them the link to the YouTube video. Some people tell me, I don't have data. If you don't have data, you have no business trying to relocate abroad. You really have no business trying to relocate abroad. Because for you to be able to relocate abroad, you need to apply. And for you to apply, your application is done online. You cannot go into one office in Nigeria or in your country and go and apply. It's done online. It means that you need data. So if you don't have data, you need to solve that problem first. You need to solve that data. That's the first problem you need to solve before you are beginning to say, okay, let me go and be doing study abroad. Solve your data problem first. It takes wisdom for us to know the problems that we should solve first as we move down along the line. Solve that problem. Say, no, I can't watch video. I don't have data. Tell me here. Are you kidding? So solve that data problem first before you begin to say you want to relocate abroad. Some people today, they don't have shishi, they don't have anything, and that's okay. But when you already know that, okay, I need 5 million, how can I get 5 million? The other day I was looking for, I posted a job ad that I'm looking for somebody that has an experience in tech to help me do some back-end stuff for my business. I also went to check on Upworks. There's this app called, or website called Upworks, where people that have different skills, they go there to post their skills and to tell you what they can. So they post their skills for people to hire them. I saw a lot of Nigerians there. Some are even charging as high as $45-50 per hour. A lot of Nigerians, a lot of Africans, they are there. So you don't have money today, you don't have a job. See, let me tell you. The fact that you don't have money today, you don't have a job today, does not mean that it will be the same situation next month or next 2 months or next year. It doesn't mean that you will be you'll be in the same situation, as long as you are willing to change that situation. So these days, there's unemployment. In Nigeria, for example, the rate of unemployment is very high. Lots of graduates without jobs. Some people are even ready to do any decent job, no matter how much the decent job pays them. So people are ready to do any decent job, but they cannot even find that decent job. Not by any fault of yours, but just because that is the way things are in the country that you are living in. But these days now, people are now learning skills that they can apply. I received CVs for this ad that I put up. I have not found somebody that I feel like from the person's CV that person has sent me, that this person fits in to take that job offer, to take that position. I've not found. So there are talents there are some things that you can do for you to be able to, in fact, you need to upskill. That's the word, upskill. So learn something. So you're studying microbiology, and maybe I hear especially people that study microbiology and biochemistry, they are the ones that complain the most about unemployment, no opportunities for them, no jobs. Go and learn a skill. There's somebody that joined my master class. She's a technical, I think they call them technical writer. Maybe she writes something for a technical company. This person earns well over, because she earns in dollars. By the time and she lives in Nigeria, so she earns in dollars and she lives in Nigeria. By the time you calculate the money, it's well over 1 million a month. She lives in Nigeria, earns in dollars, works remotely. So what I'm trying to say is that there are these opportunities that are available, right? So if you need to take up extra job, if you need to do something else, do it. Learn a new skill so that you can do a side hustle that can bring you extra money. And these days, the world has gone gone global, right? Everything is now digital. You can be in Nigeria and be working for a company in another country. So you need to begin to look at these opportunities and learn these opportunities. Begin to talk to people, begin to network. You have to stop talking to only the people in your small circle, because these people, they are good friends to you, but they no longer have anything to offer you. It does not mean that you should leave your friends. It means that you should expand your circle. So start talking to people, start looking for other opportunities. It is time for you to change that situation. See, the fact that you were born into a struggling family and you were raised in a struggling family does not mean that you should raise another struggling family. So there are opportunities. Look for the opportunities. You don't have data, solve the data problem first. Use your data. Use the little data that you have to look for opportunities that can give you more money so that you can buy data. Then we can now talk about watching videos, watching training, so that you can begin to focus on your study abroad journey. So this is the importance of budgeting. There's some people that I know that maybe they said that, yeah, I want to look, I'm giving myself 2 years. So they have a plan because they already know how much they need. They know where they are at today, and they have been able to project that, okay, if I do this, I'll be able to save 5 million in the next 2 years. And then they are giving themselves 2 years to pace yourself. And make sure that the way you are pacing yourself, it makes sense. Don't go and put yourself under immense pressure when you know that you are earning 200,000 naira today, and you are saying that within the next 2 years you will have 20 million in your account. Like, there's some things that are just not realistic. We need to also be realistic when we are making these plans. It's just not realistic considering your current situation. So, and sometimes considering the place where you find yourself. The proof of funds is the basis of everything in this study abroad. And this is the reason why I'm beginning to say, okay, let us pay more attention to it. But it's important that we understand the budgeting aspect of it, so that you know, how much do I need, how much do I have, where I am currently, and how do I project to get to this point where I'm going to. Filling that gap, it could be savings, it could be getting scholarship, it could be loans, it could be looking for a sponsor. It could be any of these options, or even a combination of them. But the most important thing that you need to know, if you don't know, you cannot plan. So if you don't know, you cannot plan. So you need to first of all start by knowing, and this is where we're getting the knowledge now. So go on YouTube, go and watch. That video is free. Your only investment for you to watch the videos I'm talking about on YouTube is your data that you are going to spend. But it's free. Go on YouTube, check it. And now this is another important thing that I want us to know. So today, that video that I posted today is still useful today, because the information has not changed. It's still useful today. But let's say that somebody comes 5 years down the line and they stumbled on that video. I don't know, maybe perhaps in 5 years' time, they may have changed a few things here, a few things around it. What you need as proof of funds, for example, they may have changed a few things. So it means that if they have done that, that video becomes outdated. It's no longer valid, right? Now, this is why it is important for you to get to the root of understanding it. In that video, I provided the direct link where you'll be able to find the information that I shared, so that you can go there and verify it yourself. You don't need to depend on hearsay. I always teach us that it's important for us to be able to search for information by ourselves, do simple research. It's very important, because sometimes you may stumble on a video that is outdated, things have changed. But if you know how to search for the information, you can search and confirm. If you know how to search, you can just go there directly and check it and read it up for yourself, because things change. With immigration laws, things are changing every day. Every day, immigration policies are changing. So the only way for you to keep up to date is for you to, at that time that you are checking for the information, you need to go to the official website. So in that video, I also talked about like keywords that you need to search. Start from a Google search. How do you search it? The keywords, and I provided the link. That link is still valid today. So if you're watching it today, all the information in that video is still valid today. But I don't know what it will be like in the future. But the only reason why I'm sharing this right now is for us to understand the importance of being able to navigate websites, being able to research this information, being able to find information, being able to know the website that we are checking. Because if you enter anything Canada, my God, you see like 1 million websites will come to the top of the list. Many people don't even know what is what. Somebody was trying to request for GCMS notes, and the person now sent me a screenshot. Oh, I'm trying to pay for my GCMS notes, it's not going. When he sent me the screenshot, the moment I saw the page, the web page on that screenshot, I knew they're even on the wrong site. This money, if you pay for this money, you will never get that thing that you are looking for. You are paying on the wrong website. Now, this person did not know that he was on the wrong place, because he went to Google GCMS clothes, like 1 million websites will come out. 1 million web pages. So if you don't even know the one that you are clicking on, how do you know the trusted one? This is why I tell you, it is very important for you to learn how to navigate this process, so that you are not running to somebody to be asking, please, where is this thing? What is that thing? Or something that you can easily check on Google. Sharp. All right, you guys, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good night. Bye.